I was muted the entire time, wasn't I, Jim?
You were.
Nice. I gave a perfect intro. We're going to pretend no one saw that.
Should I restart the music?
No, it's fine. Just keep it going. Oh, yeah, restart the music.
All right. We just started now, everyone.
And we are live. I'm Sean, that's Jim, and this is the after show presented by the Get Haunted Paranormal Podcast program. And if you do not already know, this is a companion show to our latest YouTube release, Mid-Orange Part 3, which released on YouTube at 3 p.m. EST. It was the thrilling conclusion of a great hunt with a bunch of great people all through the Get Haunted Network. A wonderful time, and hopefully now people are here and actually heard the intro that wasn't on mute because I did a crack job with it.
I thought I was messed up. I was like, I can't hear him. But I was like, I can hear the music, but I can't hear him.
It's all good. Hello, Steve. As you know, if you don't know, Steve is in this episode. He's been in our last 3 episodes because we love him, and he was with us throughout all of the Mid-Orange hunts, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. Hello. Yes, so Mid-Orange 3, this was a great conclusion. We had Phantasm, Thomas there. We had Steve. We even had Paranormal Theory rudely interrupt our video towards the end. I will not be paying their appearance fee for this one. No, they don't charge. They don't charge it for you guys. Yeah, we're gonna get into the episode. We're gonna talk about some stuff. I got some really good clips that we want to talk about, and I think ultimately we got some interesting stuff to talk about overall today on this episode. But we'll let people pour in, say hi in the chat if you're here, like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever platform you are on. Do the things that you do. But Jim, I guess my first question to you is, when are we going back to Mid-Orange?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Let's go. What?
Let's God. We're breaking in.
We're breaking in. We're just going to hop over. No, we do want to go back ASAP. We have no plans, but we will. But we do have some future plans that we do want to talk to you about. Our current hunts that are completed and that are in the editing process. We have one that Jim has painstakingly edited, and again through the Get Haunted Network, we went to New Egypt. Jim, do you want to give? You don't have to give it like a video sneak peek, but what are your thoughts on the New Egypt hunt?
New Egypt was great. Went in there, had a lot of activity. Got to work with Rob. I mean, I've worked with Rob before, but I never actually got to be in like a group setting with him. So it was kind of cool to work with him and see how he does things, and it was great time.
Hello, Bud Files. Always there, day one fans. We love Bud Files as well.
He was there when I was live.
There's 2 of them. I think it's a husband wife, right? A whole family, I believe.
Yeah, they were in my live when I was over at the last time we were at, or the one before that.
Yep. So New Egypt was through Get Haunted. I was not there, so I'm kind of jealous. I'll have to make it out there eventually.
Doll room's definitely creepy. Basement is great. Had a lot of activity down in the basement. I think there's a portal in between the doorway down there because you turn off the lights and you could see a gap, but it was like throughout. It just felt like it was like shrinking the whole time. That doorway
kind of sucking you in.
Yeah, it was just darkness. Like literally, like the whole time, there's just like Rob was doing his thing, and there was like this. We went completely dark, and it was like just almost like a white fog around Rob, and I would see shadow figures moving throughout, like the ceiling, back behind things. Like it was some crazy stuff going on down there. And unfortunately, I didn't have my camera on because we wanted complete darkness for it. But it was a lot of activity. It was great.
Hey, Thomas Phantasm. Everyone loves and knows Thomas. Early in the night at Mid-Orange, he goes, "You're going to want to be in my group because this is the fun group." And I go, I'm avoiding this guy because that's very precocious of you. And then I was later proven wrong. He, in fact, was the fun group and the most active group we had that night through our double S's. And part 3 really centers around that, and we have some nice clips. I've already sent Tom the clips. It was amazing. Wreaking Havoc. I will make it to New Egypt someday. You gotta. It's awesome. Please do. I know if you go through Get Haunted, they have their events. I think they're going back there in March. I want to say maybe one of our Get
I know
Haunted.
they're going back at some point this year.
Maybe one of our Get Haunted people can confirm that in chat. But Extreme Ticketing, that's where all their events go through. I'm sure we can get those links shared out somewhere. Yes. So that's we were saying that was New Egypt. We recently was it this weekend? Was it? Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay. It was so recent, wasn't it? We went down to. Yeah, I'm a wise ass. Sorry, we are too, and we loved it. But no, and you brought a good energy that I think we needed that night.
I'm just saying, I liked you the whole time, Thomas.
So, usually when a guy shows up in a van and is like, "Come with me," you say no, but I was wrong.
With Thomas, you get in. And
you get in that van.
Ride.
So after that, this past weekend, we went to Columbia, Pennsylvania, and Gettysburg. We went back to Columbia. We did My Haunted Manor, or the Samuel Miller
House
Manor.
Oh no, Mansion. Sorry, Samuel Miller Mansion.
And that's a great one. We were there with the two. I'm going to pronounce
Trey
and Jeff. I can't remember their last name.
And then the owner was a Rowdy,
yeah. So that was fun. And that video will be out down the line when we get it edited. And we finally made it back to the Gettysburg, and we did the Jenny Wade house this time. Actually, for those of you who did not know, when we went to Gettysburg the first time, I had booked the Haunted Orphanage, but I thought I had booked the Jenny Wade. So I advertised the Jenny Wade. I get a call from the tour guide, Tom. He's like, "Do you want the Jenny Wade? Because it's open. You booked the orphanage, though." And I'm like, "Oh, no." But we did. We did it. Rookie move. What up, guys? Mid-Orange was crazy all over the place. Yep. Mike was there with Two Brothers Extreme. They've already announced it, so I will also announce it. We will be on the All Things Paranormal Pod October 16th, I want to say, with Mike and his co-host there. That will be fun. Tune in for that on the Paranormal Podcast program presented by Get Haunted, all that fun stuff. Rebuildable Ryan, what's up? What's up, Ryan? Ryan's my neighbor, actually. He has a YouTube channel where he does vape stuff. Go do that if you do vape stuff. I tried vaping once way back when. Not a fan. Kept getting like juice all over me because I'd break my tank. But now it's like toxic. No, just kidding. I don't know anything about vapes. Actually, me and Ryan, so when all the drone stuff was going on, we were out there like every night, like looking at the stars and tracking shit, and with the My Radar app and everything, we were on top of it. But all that stuff, I don't know if you guys heard, a lot of that stuff we believe had to do with released nuclear material by the Yakuza. Maybe we do an episode on that and talk about that. That was crazy. It was a crazy turn of events, but
was it the Yakuza?
Okay, so the going theory was that the drones were searching for stolen nuclear material, and it came out not too long ago that the Yakuza had been smuggling nuclear material, and the guy pleaded to doing it in like 2017 and 2022. And so the thought is he recently pleaded to it, so he probably gave up locations and stuff. So I think the drones were kind of sent out to kind of scour and find all that stuff. And he was doing it through New York and New Jersey ports. So maybe we'll do
dive on that. The Yakuza was still a thing.
It is. They don't want you to know it, though.
Japanese people are so nice, though.
Yeah.
Smuggling.
All peoples are nice if you get to know them. And we have a Paranormal Nut podcast interview coming up with author and paranormal enthusiast, investigator, and host Renna Stone. She's the local necromancer coffee break. She has a couple books out. She's a self-proclaimed character torturer. So we're doing that interview in 2 weeks. So we'll probably slap that together and have that out in like 3 weeks. I'm excited for that one. And we got some other things down the line, but that's kind of what we got coming up for you guys.
We did have a great weekend this weekend though.
Yeah, it was great. But before we get into our clips and our discussion of Mid Orange Part 3, for those of you who have seen it and do have questions, and if you haven't seen it, go watch that video, like, comment, share it, do all that stuff. That's the point of the game. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you have seen it, we'll talk about it. If you haven't, go see it. But I wanted to kind of zest up the show a bit. So I have a poll on our YouTube. Who would win in a fight? Let me see if I can pull it up. Hopefully I can do this properly without showing too much. Present. I know how these things work.
Present, share screen.
Share screen.
Or just pick the window.
Window. Here we go. Who do you guys think would win in a fight? A no holds barred match to the death? Bigfoot with a sweet chin music, or Mothman from the top rope? Go ahead, vote on that. We'll maybe have results. It looks like ultimately Mothman will win.
They really think Mothman's gonna win?
I don't know. Mothman is like the sneaky, like cryptid underdog. Everyone secretly loves him, even though Bigfoot's been the number one for so long. But who knows?
Bigfoot gets his hands on him, he's done.
But can he get his hands on him?
I mean, he teleports. I'd hope so.
Right? I mean, but even Bigfoot seeing Mothman, he might, harbinger of doom that, right?
Real fight would be who would win, me or Bigfoot.
Jim or Bigfoot? Big Jim or Bigfoot? Who wins?
Who wins?
So, are you guys ready for some clips of Mid Orange?
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Gotta get the people going.
Right, we're 15 minutes in. We gotta get to it already. It's supposed to be an after show talking about the video, and we haven't talked about the video at all. So, to kind of set the stage before I pull this up, actually, I'm gonna go in reverse order because I think the first thing that I have is kind of like more interesting and cool. So this was the end of the night, the end of the video, which statistically speaking, most of you didn't watch. But this is the end of the video. We're in the cafeteria. I'm on the far end. Thomas is on the other end. And we're asking questions and we're getting responses through the Estes method.
How many spirits are we talking to?
At the table.
How many are at the table?
4.
Our man
Which
Steve.
table? Which table?
That's our cameraman Matt. He said he was going
Right.
to be on this episode, didn't he? He lied.
Steve is at the table? Where's Steve? Who's Steve?
Okay.
Who's Steve, the guy
that where you
that
used
we've
to
been
be?
working with all night?
Yeah.
Body table, like this, you're eating.
Hi.
You have pressure?
Hi.
Almost there.
Where are you at? 8.
You're 8 up there right now.
So if you kind of follow that dialogue, it's very interesting because it's opening with how many spirits are here, and then here we'll just break it down and walk it back through.
How many spirits are we talking to?
At the table.
So we ask how many spirits are there. Tom hears at the table. So Matt instinctively turns towards the table.
4.
and
Which
then
table?
responds with 4. Matt then responds with which table,
Which table? Left? Right.
and he says Steve. And Matt forgets who Steve is because Matt's a horrible person. And that's why he's not in the after show with us. But we all know who Steve is because we've been doing
Steve
this.
is at the table?
That's
Where's
not
Steve?
by
Who's
the way.
Steve?
Yeah, that's Steve, obviously. And so they're saying, the spirits are saying they're at the table with Steve.
Is that where you used to be?
Alive.
What was that one? Oh, I forget what he says right there.
Alive.
A lie?
Hey.
We get there. They say, hey.
Hey.
Almost there. And then I chime in with almost there, like you're not actually there yet where we are. So I think they're kind of in the back corner over there. I just think that was a very interesting back and forth where everyone was kind of, it was very interesting, right? Like we're almost having a conversation where, again, if you've ever been under Estes, you can't hear what the people are saying. And he's directing you to the correct table where everyone is and telling you how many people are there. That's interesting. Yeah. Hey, I see him at Whitehall every time Whitehill every time I go. Steve gets around. Yep, I'm always at Whitehill. We haven't been to Whitehill. Steve, take
Yeah,
us
we
to
keep talking
Whitehill.
about it.
We're gonna be there eventually. We actually our calendar's cleared up slightly. We are looking for hunts in the spring, but then we'll probably go mini hiatus for summer. But we'll get into that. All right, so that was an interesting exchange, but this was my favorite. I think this was all of our favorite exchange throughout the rest of the night. This is in the very beginning, and to kind of set the stage, there's 7 of us, right? Yeah, there's me, Jim, Matt, our camera guy, Steve. Then there's Tom, and then I can't remember Tom's. I think Christina, and I think there was another Steve. Right? I think the other guy there was Steve as well. Hello, Rob. Always good to see you.
Our fearless leader.
So there is 7 of us. Keep that in mind. Yeah. So I got the names right. Yep.
I also want to add a note. Sean's like, "Oh, let's not film this. Probably nothing's gonna happen."
Okay, I did say that. I say, you know what? We'll keep one camera guy going, but we won't hey, Danny, how's it going? We'll have one camera guy rolling, and then obviously Steve's doing his own thing with his own camera. But I didn't want to set up full YouTuber style. I just wanted to be in the moment. And so, and then this happens. Again, there's 7 of us. Me, Jim, Steve, Matt, Thomas, Christine, and Steve. All right. Now watch this.
Can you tell us how many people in this room?
So you hear somebody say 3. Steve, the other Steve, not Steve Kometz, is in the other room with Christine and Thomas. And they ask how many people are in that room, and it says 3. Now keep watching.
There's 3 people in this room.
Yeah, if you're counting that room, there is.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How many people are in the other room? 4. No way. Oh my gosh. It doesn't get any better than that, right? Yeah, this Estes was amazing. And this was probably one of the highlights, but it goes on like this for 30 minutes, I want to say, where it was just incredible footage throughout. So if you haven't watched the video, Go watch the video. This is the first 30 minutes of it. But yeah, that's so cool, right? So I'm just sitting there like, you can throw away like the one guy saying 3 and there being 3 people in that room, but then it literally out of Jim's mouth in that room says 4. That's honestly, yeah, it was great. That's as intelligent response as you really ever see. And I'm gonna treasure this footage. I give it to Tom. I've given it to Steve, and they can also share that out, do whatever they want with it. But I'm really glad I didn't I'm kind of mad that I didn't have more cameras going. But also, I think there is a level of if you have too many cameras going, too many lights going, it kind of ruins the energy. So I'm glad we were only mono camera here. Yeah, Jim. I mean, what kind of mood were you in? Because you were the prime suspect. Oh, sorry, I moved Jim, not the stage. Oop. There you go.
So under Estes, it was just nonstop chatter like the whole time. It was like voices kept on it just coming through. Like sometimes when you're under Estes, it's like you're not really getting much. This one, it was like machine gun fire. They did it was almost like I couldn't keep up with how much was coming through.
Yeah, Rob, we'll send you anything you want. We'll get that to you.
Oh yeah, Rob. I also got that promo done for you too, buddy. I just need to send it to you.
Feature is French for okay. Yeah, like I said, anytime we're at a Get Haunted anything, any part of our footage, just ask us and it's yours. Even if it's not, we'll probably just send you things anyway. We'll just send our footage to everyone always. We just want to share our stuff out there. We're not hoarding and hogging and stuff. Until we actually start making money. Then we'll jump down.
Well, we were out there though. The one thing,
no problem.
I was getting a lot of almost biblical kind of things coming through though, because you didn't put it in. You didn't put it on here. But it was going through, and Matt asked, "Who are you?" And I said, "We are." And,
that was part 2. That was part 2.
Oh,
yeah.
That was part 2, but we didn't put that one in this one. But it was the same.
Yeah.
I think it was the same area.
And then I keep turning around and looking down the hallway. I felt like someone was behind me just watching.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There was stuff, just little things like that. And I mean little things, but things like that were consistently happening on a constant level. There was, I would say we only had one really dull part of that night, and that's when we went in the tunnel. There was really nothing going on in the tunnel.
Yeah, there was nothing going on in that tunnel.
But every other place we went and stopped and investigated, it was all night. So Mid Orange, if you haven't been, go. If you're going, let us know because we'll tag a ride and we'll go with you. One of my favorite locations, bar none.
Yeah, no, it was great. But yeah, as I was saying before, with the whole biblical sense, so he asked, "Who are you?" or "How many are? Who are you?" Yeah, I think it was who, and it's we are. And then he was like, "How many of you?" And it was Legion came across.
Oh yeah,
it was just kind of crazy. With all.
Listen, if you have what's I think total, we have 3.5, 4 hours almost of episode, even though really we have. So to peel back the curtains, this is the after show. Normally we'll film for 6 hours a night, and we'll get 30 to 45 minutes of usable investigative footage, right? Mid Orange, we were there. The event goes to 3. We don't really start investigating 10, so it was 6 hours. And we had, of the 6 hours of footage, we had and I had to trim it down only because I don't think people like hour-long videos, but we had a consistent 3 to 4 hours of content that we had to break it up into 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And you just don't get that with one night, right? That's usually not how this happens. Just consistently some type of response. If you called out to something, you were getting an answer. If you like that answer, it's a whole different part of the conversation. But it was amazing. I would love to see what everyone else got that night. I know a lot of different people were poking around. Yeah, Get Haunted does get you haunted, as Rob says. So yeah, amazing. Rob, when are you going back to Mid Orange? Because we will be there. Whether you might lock us out, but we'll get in there somehow.
He's gonna be chasing us down again.
Yeah, just don't come looking for us at 3. We might be there longer. Yeah, but again, New Egypt video probably coming out in what New Egypt's next, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be next.
So that's 2 weeks. Good call, members. Or no, they do the thing, right? Yeah. Mofos wouldn't leave. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard when you're getting some of the best paranormal experiences, you're getting, and then, Rob's like, get out of here. But,
We thrive it. Oh, and for New Egypt, I forgot to say, like towards the there was a lot of stuff kicking up at the end when we were walking out, because we're all down in like the home base area, and we're like packing all our stuff, and we're about to walk out, and it's just like you just hear like just stomping upstairs and like whistling and all that.
hello, Sarah. Hello, Courtney. Where's Paranormal Nut? We're here.
We're here. Pennsylvania, New York.
Well, and yeah. I mean, obviously we won't go into what happened. I mean, those of you who are there know, but there's a lot of interesting happenstances in New Egypt. Again, that will be in 2 weeks' time. And then after that, that's when we will release we like to do our paranormal investigations every 2 weeks, and then when we have an interview or a podcast or whatever, that will be in the interim weeks. So we're looking at 2 weeks for Mid Orient, or no, 2 weeks for New Egypt, 2 more weeks for My Haunted Manor, which may be more than one video.
So it'll definitely be more than one. We were there.
And then after the conclusion of that, that's probably Jenny Wade, I'm assuming, and hopefully by after that we'll have more hunts. But we're scouting for more hunts as we speak. Yes, the logical classification of cray. Definitely, I'm jealous I didn't go, but I couldn't make it down that weekend, unfortunately. And New Egypt isn't huge, so you don't want too many people in there anyway. But I'll make it down. Maybe next time they go, I'll just go. Oh, someone was asking Rob. But where was it? Someone wanted to make it to New Egypt someday, and I said, I know they're going. Do you know next time you're going to be at New Egypt? We are back soon. Do you have a date, or is it a soon kind of thing? But yeah, I know I'll get down there, Whitehall as well. I still got a couple things on the Get Haunted tour list. Stand by a moment, loud. Yeah, gethaunted.com for all your scheduled needing, everyone. There's our mandatory plug for Get Haunted, even though we've already plugged a bunch. March 1st. I knew it was in March. I said March earlier. So if you're still watching and you want to go to New Egypt, March 1st would be when you'd go. Get Haunted for everything like that, and the extreme ticketing is where you get everything, but all those links are on gethaunted.com. All right, we're only halfway through the show. I don't know if I have more content. I guess we open it up to Q&A questions now. For anyone just generally curious about the YouTube process, our investigations, or generally just anything about us. It doesn't look like the poll's getting much movement. It still looks like Mothman is in the lead. If you go to our YouTube, there's a poll running right now for whether Mothman or Bigfoot would win in a no holds barred match. Hello, Icy. Nice to see you. Which investigation? So Mid Orange, You'd have to double check with Rob, but I think it was like 50.
I think it was like at least 50 that were there.
But
it just
that
felt like
sounds
nobody was
bad.
there.
Yeah. Sounds bad, and yeah, it depends on the location. But Mid Orange is huge. You don't even go in every single building, because there's the
There's the
administration
admin,
building, there's like the
A4.
cafeteria, all the A4, A3, B3, B4. Yeah, exactly. So I know, like New Egypt, there's what maybe 10 people at New Egypt tops.
Yeah, I think we had 10 or 11.
Yeah. So what
Um,
typically happens, to kind of give you the format of a Get Haunted event? Usually, if it's a big place like Mid Orange, you break up into smaller, manageable groups, and then you each go to various different locations, and then you investigate there for about 2 an hour, 2 hours, depending on the night, and then you rotate. Everyone meets back, you talk, figure out where everyone's going, and then you do that for half the night. Then after that, all the people who paid for the full night stay, all the people who paid for half night go, and then the rest of it's kind of open-ended to do what you want. Yeah, Maria, where are you located out of? Actually, you're Goonies Paranormal. So Goonies Paranormal, get with Get Haunted. They'll hook you up. They're not too far. Mid Orange is in southern New York, so Warwick, New York. So I don't know exactly where you're from, but it's probably closer than Gettysburg, I want to say, for you.
if you also wanted to see
Listen, I know how to
New
present.
Egypt,
That's the one thing I got.
New Egypt and how big it is, here's like kind of an idea for you. Like that's the size right there. That's just random drone footage I have, but just showing you that's what it looks like.
Yeah, New Egypt, like I said, 10 people tops. You can't really get too many people in that building.
But yeah.
Yeah, West Virginia. Okay, so you're a bit out there. Again, Hudson Valley, Warwick, New Egypt, New Egypt, New Jersey. You guys make my heart so happy. You're right on the Get Haunted investigation run. You guys rock. Listen, we do what we do. We thoroughly enjoy the network, and we really want to help other people kind of get in with you guys, and then it's just been a blast. I mean, I will preach the high heavens about Get Haunted until it's not fun, and I don't think it's not going to be any fun anytime soon. So
yeah, you guys make it easy to go out to a hunt. You guys are fun and nice to everyone that comes through. You're inclusive.
Yeah.
So it makes things a lot better for new people coming in. Like when we came in, we had Bill bring us in, and then like we met Rob, and it was like there was no like awkward moment. Like it was like we've been friends forever.
Yep. Check out the Trifecta event. I don't even know what that is in Kentucky. I mean, I'm not going to Kentucky, but
I'll go to Kentucky.
yeah, it's not too far.
It's not too far.
I almost took a job in Kentucky in Bowling Green once, but I chose to go to New Jersey.
Let me see. No. Okay, I don't have that footage anymore. I was going to show them like the drone footage of Mid Orange, but
I mean, Mid Orange, you can Google it. It's a massive prison. It's the Hudson Sports Complex now, but oh, is that what you meant? One awkward moment when Jim tried to pick you up and twirl you around. I don't think we got that on camera, did we, Jim?
We were dancing like it was. I'm just kidding.
4.5 hours. That's nothing for a paranormal investigation. I drive 6+ hours every time I need to go hang out with Jim and investigate something in PA. So,
And I've done that. See, I drove that 6 hours to go see him and do an investigation up there.
yeah. But let's see. We got to get you back up here. I need to get you to Whitehall. Speaking of Whitehall, Bigfoot lives in Whitehall, New York. We're gonna go look for Bigfoot in Whitehall, New York.
We're gonna have that match, Jim versus Big Jim versus Bigfoot.
Rob and I bought the last Grand Slam ticket. Nice. Sean drives 5 hours to get gas. Pretty much. It's cheaper down there. Bigfoot is at the trifecta. Maybe I should go. Bigfoot lives in Kentucky. Maybe I should switch my hoodie. So that's right. I remember the trifecta's paranormal. So it's ghosts, it's UFOs, and
Aliens.
it's
Yeah.
Bigfoot, right? It's cryptids, and that's what the trifecta means. I remember now.
I thought it was Mothman. No, Mothman's not there. What the?
No, that's
what am I
West
thinking?
Virginia.
Yeah, that's an Appalachian.
Well, it's all Appalachia. It's all Appalachia all the way down. Yep. So,
I can't
yeah, the
wait to see
trifecta event.
Bigfoot.
That shit is ridiculous. Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe we looked at it. I can make my way to Kentucky if I need to. Get some nice bourbon. They have bourbon down there, right? Or whiskey.
You know what's funny though? For like, so you know how like you can go to Ghost Stop to buy like ghost hunting equipment. They actually have a UFO stop. If you guys, and the site literally.
We're not giving Ghost Stop free publication.
I'm just saying it's hilarious, and it's like almost the same exact gear.
We got plenty of better creators and inventors and gadgeteers in the Get Haunted network than Ghost Stop.
Yeah, we got Bill.
Yeah, we got Bill. He's making stuff. Well, right on the Get Haunted network, right before us. If you aren't aware, they do engineering with engineering the paranormal. So yeah, definitely. If you're ever looking for something to watch before 8 p.m., it starts at 6:30 p.m. Engineering the paranormal. They do a lot of cool. I was sitting in there while I was prepping this show, and we were talking some shop. Yeah, Bill, if you're technically apt, so I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but a lot of those sites essentially slap two resistors together, put a plastic 3D printed thing on there and call an LED light, and then charge you $400 for it, right?
Yeah.
EPS, yep. Engineering the paranormal. Yeah. So if you know what you're doing, definitely. And that's what people, now that I'm like kind of been out there as a paranormal investigator for a while. I've been doing my whole life, but now my family's actually paying attention to it. Everyone's like, oh, I'll get you paranormal equipment for your birthday. I'm like, don't, because you're going to feed into some like you're going to find something that's going to be overly priced, and you're not going to know exactly what it does, and you're going to waste your money. And I tell them to buy me Audible credits anyway for the roads, because I have to listen to my audiobook all the way down. No, but I have an idea who that might be. Our equipment is quality built. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. There are plenty of people who make quality equipment. And if you don't know what you're looking for, if you're not somebody who's been in the field doing it, right? Like, you don't know what's good or what's bad. 2 times DR60s for your birthday. Listen, Rob, my birthday is December. If you want to give me 2 DR60s, go for it.
We can. What do you guys think about the whole trademark of the REM pod now?
Oh, that was a hot topic. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing it blow up.
I mean, like, yeah, I'd rather talk about the crazy shadow figure. Well, Rob, so we haven't put that we haven't put it out there. We don't want to spoil the video. But no, if you want to talk about the crazy shadow figures, go for it. I'd rather talk about that than, somebody trademarking a term they've been using they haven't been trademarking for the last 20 years or whatever. But
now back to the shadows.
No, you can talk about it.
No, yeah, like when we were in the basement, we all hate it.
I don't like, so okay, we'll talk about it. The guy invented it, and then he didn't trademark the name for the longest time, and so everyone kind of colloquially used it. But I mean, you can get around it. All you have to do is name your device more cleverly and just say what it does, and then people who know what a REM pod does knows. And it's
called the Murph Pod.
Hey, Mike, we need to get. I have a podcast opening probably in February. I think end of February. We need to get you on. So If you're down, let me know. Trying to fill my. So I'm realizing like because there are people who have been doing this for years. Fair enough. Fair enough. There have been people who've been doing podcasts for like a while, and they have it, like down pat, and they've been like planning their interviews. So like Two Brothers Extreme Mike on All Things Paranormal podcast. We're scheduled out to October 16th. I'm like, I can't schedule out till I can maybe schedule out next month, right? I can't go that far out, right, Jim?
Yeah. No, that's real far out. We're not that popular.
No, if we were like that disciplined, like some of these people are, I think we'd be rich and famous, but we're not because we're not that disciplined. Yeah, EMF detectors. Yep. Hello and greetings from Manchester, England, brothers. It is a great to see you. I know it's
What
got
up,
to be,
Virgil?
late there, but yeah. So, Mike, going back to you, I'll shoot you a text and we'll sort it out. Yep, Virgil is in the house.
He indeed is.
Or flats. They call them flats there,
They
right?
call them flats over there.
That's just an apartment, though.
Yeah.
So you saw a shadow figure, Jim? Is that the rumor on the street? I haven't delved into the Egypt stuff too much.
Oh wait 1 second.
Have you ever been? What is this? Hold up. Oh,
Damn. Yeah.
stop
Click it.
Have you ever been to Scarefest? So I've heard of a Scarefest at like Great Escape or Six Flags. Is that what you mean? Or is there a different Scarefest? Or is that Halloween Fest or something? I don't know. I feel like a lot of the names are similar.
Shocktober.
Shocktober. That's a beer?
No, that's Shock Top.
Shock Top. Oh, I had a Shock Top the other day.
No, we have the saying out here. I think there's a thing called Shocktober, like where it's like a kind of like a haunted attraction thing. It's not like it's just actors dressing up,
Yeah.
like Penhurst, but
Oh, yeah, we had Scarefest or Oktoberfest or something like that in like Great Escape, and it was always fun as you're a kid. But
I was like Jason's Woods. We had Jason Wood in our area. I'm not dead because I've never really lived, brothers.
hey, listen, that's a philosophy right there.
Yeah, that's so
You can't die
philosophical.
until you live.
Now back to the shadows. All
Yeah.
right. Picture
Haley,
this.
hey, I'm here. So am I. Look at that.
We
Who'd
are
have thought?
here. Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, I got
Thanks
my
for checking
new pick. I didn't get to show everybody my new paranormal vest that I wear
Oh,
now
your
that I carry all the
patches?
equipment on. Put my little tags on there. It's a new fashion trend I'm starting.
Oh, a Paracon in Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky's been out there, but eventually we'll probably go out that way.
Yeah.
We're still trying to make Rock Island. We're trying to figure that if that's feasible for us out in Illinois.
It's only a 12-hour drive.
Yeah. The thing is, like, if I go there, I want to investigate with all the boots on the ground people they got going. But also, I don't want to bring all my gear. If I fly, I don't want to bring my gear. If I don't fly, I have to travel and drive with my gear. Can you come pick me up, Rob? If you pick me up, I'll go. Bloody hell, Murphy is in day house. I don't even know what you're talking about now.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Back to the shadows again. So picture this. It's about 10 of us sitting in the basement. Cameras go off, completely dark. Rob starts chanting in Latin. I'm just kidding. He wasn't chanting in Latin. But he starts speaking.
I'm gonna cut you off again because if you do a party bus of something,
All the way there. That would be
listen,
badass.
that I'm down for a party bus. We throw all our gear and equipment in the base, and then we just have a hell of a time. Get haunted party bus. We're down for something like that.
I'm gonna make a meme video about this, and it's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be get bust. That's what
Get
we're gonna
busted.
say on the
You know what?
side.
I'm gonna make it right now. I'm gonna finish it by the end of the show. I'm just kidding. As he's chanting Latin backwards, disembodied voices. No, just kidding. No, like he brings the
People
spirits
saying
in.
things about you? No, not once. Didn't hear anything.
Get busted.
The nuts got busted on the Get Haunted tour bus.
Ooh.
Not sure if I can get to Rock Island. I started building haunted houses in October. Yep. October's a tough, time for all paranormal investigators. We're
My
everywhere.
question is, how do you build a haunted house?
No, he means like actual haunted house, or not an actual haunted house, but a scary attraction.
Oh, like
scary
an attraction? Okay.
Yeah.
That was it.
So I have that problem too. When people are like haunted house, I immediately think of an actual haunted building. But most
Yeah.
people, when you say haunted house, they think of the attraction. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, is he bringing just a bunch of relics in and
Yeah.
speaking Latin, bringing Robin to speak Latin backwards?
Exactly.
No,
Any house can be
it's-
haunted if you bring Rob.
So we go in and the lights out, and then your eyes start adjusting, but this was pitch black, you can't see anything. There's no extra light to focus on to get your bearing.
Just need the TASM. Sorry. Keep going.
But you see a bunch of shadow people. We saw a bunch of shadow people walking around. This
Hopefully we
white
can stay
mist
there.
that was just forming around Rob the whole time. It was definitely crazy.
Ooh. There's the TASM.
There's the TASM. He's the TASM. I'm the TISM. Sorry. No,
No, I love it. It's fine. I don't have a button like Bill does for Trevor.
for Trey. Yep.
Again though, people, this is the after show for Mid Orange Part 3. If you haven't watched the video, go check it out on YouTube. Right now on YouTube, I have a poll going to see who would win in a no holds bar fight to the death. Bigfoot with a sweet chin music or Mothman off the top rope. If you want to go vote in that, and maybe I'll share the results at the end of the video or at the end of the stream. But also like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. My YouTuber content creator plight. You know what to do. Rob, we need to get a Get Haunted Paranormal road trip. Yeah. If he gets a party bus, I mean, $20K. What is your opinion of shadow people? They are so elusive, hard to capture on film. They are intelligent, cunning, and literally pranking us. They don't necessarily seem to be terribly demonic. Not that they love to sneak just out of sight. What's your opinion? Are they earthbound spirits or not of this dimension? And they do seem attached to location. Thoughts? I have my thoughts. Jim has his thoughts. Jim, you can go first.
All right. So I was there's a where I get my opinion from, and it sort of makes sense. It's from we had a star seed on our channel the one time, and we talked about this kind of stuff, and she talked about shadow figures being almost like they are in a higher dimension than us, and when you see it, it's like almost like their shadows are slipping through. And that's what you see. You're seeing almost like an interdimensional being when you're seeing like the shadow figures move. And it's not. She didn't say it was a ghost. It was just almost like a being in a higher dimension. But they're very close to. It's very close to our dimension.
And I don't think shadow people is one thing. I think there are many entities that are perceived to us as shadow people, but I think there are multiple entities that we are seeing as shadow people. I think there are a lot of I hate to call I don't know if they're elementals or something, but like essentially gatekeepers that are like locking down the spirits in that area. So every time, and that's the more antagonistic shadow people that you hear about, the ones that are usually like 7 feet tall, impending, everyone feels scared around them, and when they show up, other spirits get quiet. Then you have the ones that you see darting around the hallways, and that can range from short to normal size. And I think those might be some form of just trickster spirit. And then there's the dimensional aspect where there might be, entities that we can only perceive them as a shadow. And I think that's what Jim says is like an interdimensional being, a starseed. Not starseed, but in that realm of thought.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I
So
agree
that's-
with myself.
Yeah, I agree with myself all the time. And I mean, these are just our opinions. Therefore, they are factually correct because we are on the internet and it's true.
We are 100% right.
Yeah, no problem, Wade. Obviously, that's just, our thoughts on it. And hopefully that gives you some kind of. I think you have more opinions and you probably know more what they are than we do. But
We want to hear your opinion now.
yeah, what are all your opinions on shadow figures? It's, again, I don't think there's one thing, right? It's never one thing. It's never so clean cut like that. Life is messy. I actually saw a shadow figure in my house recently. That's nice. I try. Luckily, knock on fake wood, I haven't gotten any attachments or anything following me home. Or if I do, I just sleep through it because I'm a heavy sleeper, and then they leave me alone. Jim, have you gotten any recent attachments from any of the places?
I don't think I've had anything actually physically attach to me, but we always kind of not a prayer, but like
We
We
let our
have-
attention know that we want everything to stay.
it's
We
like
normally
saying
do
goodbye
a
on a Ouija
stay.
board.
Yeah, we always usually
That's
shut
kinda-
off communication properly.
Yeah, like it's like no spirits can follow us from here, and Matt does usually. Matt and I usually ride together when we go, so he does like Hail Mary prayer.
Yeah, and Matt's bringing the holy water now. He's getting
Yeah, he
serious.
brought a holy water with him the last hunt.
Yeah, so we're
Correct.
stocked up. Now I think we need to get some more interesting things with this when we go hunting. But again, I don't want to contaminate the scene, but I do want things that might be able to heighten energies.
Oh, for sure.
No, so we were at the Jenny Wade, right? And it's the funniest thing. Like, most of us in this field that do this, we're used to it, and we don't get scared easily. But sometimes something just gets you. We were at Jenny Wade, and little insight for you. Something may have grabbed Jim's hand, and that's scary for Jim, and Jim screams. But for some reason, I was more scared than Jim, and as soon as he screamed, I panic attacked, and I have no idea, no explanation why. So I'll probably cut that out of the video, but you guys know.
Well, it was during an Estes and everything, so it's just like I have a blindfold on. I just feel something grab my hand, and it felt like a little kid because we were right next to the little kids' room. But
Yeah, I've always wanted to learn. I have had shadow figures crawling on the ceiling, run from me, and actually had one wave to me from under the chair. Yep. So again, I think if it's in the same location and it's interacting with you kind of in this way, it might be a trickster spirit. Now, what is a trickster spirit? Is it some form of being that is not human, or is it just a human that likes playing tricks? I couldn't tell you which one, but that's interesting. Did you meet Billy on the second floor? Did he swing the display chair? The display chair did not display. Oh, the display chain. Yes, we walked upstairs and we got that on footage, and it was swinging.
Yeah, it was going hard.
When that video comes out, you'll see that. And then we watched it throughout the night, and you have your subtle movements, but this thing was going.
Yeah, because I sat down and I looked over, I was like, man, that chain, dude. I was like, there's no way that me sitting down got that chain to swing that much.
Yeah. It's like 6 feet tall when I screamed and it vanished. Yeah. So things like that kind of appear and they're intimidating and they're like presenting an aura of fear. I think that's different than a lot of the other entities that are just like popping in, waving, and like dancing around and like beckoning. So yeah, I don't know. It's that's the thing. It's hard to put in neat classifications. And that's what we try to do as paranormal investigators. We want to catalog, we want to organize our thoughts. But I don't know if it's that easy, right? I wish it was, but
Yeah, right. I agree.
yeah. When we were sitting there, like, we did a complete darkness, sit there in silence, and every once in a while you see something poke out. You check us out as we're trying to check it out, and then you just stare down that hallway. Every once in a while, something was gonna, but they're hard to film, and especially what I hate when we film in IR, you will never catch a shadow figure in IR. That's just not how it works. I don't know why, but I'm sure there's some light tricks to it. But that was Billy, an 8-year-old child that comes from the orphanage across the street. He loves to hang out on the second floor at the Jenny Wade house. Yeah, I know they so that entire block, like the Jenny Wade and the Houghton Orphanage, they kind of intermingle and they mingle with the Ghostly Images people, who I'm sure all of you are familiar with at this point. But like Tom, Christy, what's the other guys there? I want to say Glenn.
George.
It's not Glenn.
George.
George. And like they have to like let the ghost know that you're cool, and then they'll come play with you. I've also seen shadow figures outside on my wood. Yeah, those ones, they're when they're like in the woods, and I live by woods, so I'm always like kind of peeking my head out, like, is there anything back there? That's always creepy. So, yeah. Shadow
Can I show
figures
them the
are.
picture?
Yeah, sure. We'll end with the picture. Which picture is it?
The one that we got on the Polaroid.
Oh yeah, pull up the Jenny Wade Polaroid, and this will be a good way to end the show.
All right.
So we started this year, and actually right before this year, we started taking Polaroids. 2 Polaroids. Well, we take a bunch of Polaroids through the investigation, but 1 Polaroid for us to keep, and 1 for the site to do whatever they want with. And so we gave this one to the site, and just not really thinking, putting it down, and then they posted it and showed us what it developed into. And let me tell you, this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting it right now.
We saw one, and on thermal above my wife's head in the doorway in the attic. In Egypt, on thermal, I saw it lean in above her and leave as she was saying she felt something above her. Yeah, that's crazy. And and I love getting like redundancy when you see something and someone is also talking about like feeling something. That's always good confirmation. Yeah, you never shake a Polaroid. We just take it and set it down. You keep it so light's not hitting it until it fully develops.
Of course. All right. So what I'm gonna do is open both images. What would that mean?
Yeah, we're going slightly over, but I hope you guys don't mind. We just want to show you this Polaroid and show you what we kind of saw in it, and then we'll wrap up the show.
And all right, here we go. And let me open the other one. Oh, that wasn't it.
You got it, Jim. We believe.
Yeah, I got it. I got it now. All right.
All right.
So here we go. Slide. No. Present arms. There we go. I'm gonna show you.
Damn, in hand in idea. What did you mean?
I'm gonna show you my screen real quick, but I'm gonna pull up the image. All right, so this is the Polaroid that came up. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, the zoom. Yeah.
So for some reason it came out real bad, but
Which isn't like by itself. That's not a huge deal. Polaroids can corrupt like that. But
in the corner behind George, you see a figure of a child back here behind us, which to give you some, if that room is the room where Jenny Wade actually got shot and killed during the Civil War. So I think, and even in our digital photos, our regular photos that we took, there's some anomalies as well that we found, but we can go into those later. But yeah, that was some crazy stuff right there. And I will unship now.
yeah. All right. Thank you all for coming out to the show. It was a blast. Remember, if you have not watched Mid-Orange Part 3, please go ahead, do that. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And thank you for coming. Stay tuned. Stay crazy.
Thank you for coming out, guys. Love you.